Whoa! Check that out, this little beastie. This is a Centralian bearded dragon, and he obviously loves giant grasshoppers for dinner. These guys are really awesome. They will eat big centipedes, they'll eat redback spiders, huntsmans, scorpions if they're silly enough to come out during the day. And basically this lizard, if you're smaller than him, you could potentially be lunch. They live out in these areas. The females lay eggs. They lay up to 25 eggs at a time. They dig a hole and they bury them under the sand so that goannas and dingoes can't find them. 2 clutches a year. If the season's good, they can lay up to 50 eggs. Check him out, he's got all the cool spikes all over him. And these lizards are kind of hipsters. If he's got a big cool beard and lots of big cool spikes, he'll get more girlfriends. And not all reptiles are actually territorial, but the dragon lizards, his cousins the frillneck, or even over on the east coast, the big water dragons, they have a territory, and the male will have a territorial area, and they actually communicate using sign language. So what they will do is the male will generally be up on his sunning post, and he will use sign language to communicate with other lizards. Now if a female comes in, he'll do a bit of a wave, "Hi girls," and he'll get them to come into his territory. If a male comes along, he'll get quite cranky, his beard will turn black, he'll change colours to a bright orange, get quite excited, start doing head bobs, maybe a few push-ups, a bit of flexing, and if the other male doesn't leave his territory, he'll run down off his sunning post and they'll fight. They'll also use that sunning post or tree as a height advantage, and they'll watch out over the territory, and if a grasshopper lands there or a cricket comes walking along, he'll run down off that post and he'll grab it and chew it up for dinner. The bearded dragon, one of the most famous lizards from Australia. They're very popular pets all over the world. In the UK and America, tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people, have bearded dragons as pets. And they're really cool. They're very visual lizard, very highly alert. Now his predators out here, he's got to hide away from the raptor birds, the birds of prey like our eagles and our hawks and our falcons, which will eat him for dinner. Also our larger mulga snakes and monitor lizards or goannas will also eat him. So they're generally running fast and going straight up a tree and hiding away. They're an awesome little predator, and you can see he's enjoying that big fat grasshopper for his dinner. They've got a higher metabolism and they're eating generally every day if they can. Anything that moves, he'll come down and he'll smash it. And you can see he's made short work of that grasshopper. Awesome little lizard. Mainly diurnal, daytime active, round pupils, very good vision, can see movement from a good distance. And generally, if you're walking along, he'll see you before you see him, and he'll straight up a tree. And they'll actually shuffle around the other side of the tree as you walk past, and they'll be sticking out their eye, looking at you from the other direction. Centralian bearded dragon. There's actually 6 species of these in Australia. They're found Australia-wide except for sort of southern Victoria and Tasmania. It's a little bit cold down there for them to be able to incubate or put their eggs in a place where they will hatch. So they're generally in the more arid areas where it's a little bit warmer. And of course in the southern areas they will hibernate June, July, August. They will disappear, and basically their stomach acids aren't working, they can't digest their food, so they will hibernate, go to sleep. Awesome little lizard. Keep an eye out when you're walking around, you might see dragons around the place. Out here in Central Australia we've got central netted dragons, we've got bearded dragons, we've got dwarf bearded dragons, we've also got military dragons. The long-nosed dragon also, and he's called the tartar lizard because he's always waving and communicating with other dragons. So keep an eye out for these guys. Awesome reptiles. Let's go and see what else we can find.